Welcome back to the channel, a brand new video and something a little bit different today. So we're up nice and early on a Saturday and we're actually going to have a look at a job. Customers emailed me asking me to go have a look at the job, go and give them a price basically, but we're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to let the customer decide how much he wants to pay, basically, how much he should pay for the job. And we're going to put it all in the customer's hands, and whatever price he decides, we're going to be doing the job at. Am I crazy? Probably, but it's going to be interesting to see how much he thinks that the job is actually worth. So he could say, I'm going to pay £0. He could say £100. He could say £50. He could literally say anything, and we're going to be doing the job for that. So, am I crazy? I think so. So we've got about half an hour journey to drive to the job, and then we're gonna go have a look and see what he says.
Right,
George.
that's it.
Is it? Nice to meet you, mate.
You too.
How's it going?
Yeah,
do you mind if I film or?
Yeah, no, go for it, go for it. Go for it.
How's it going? Just moved in, have you?
Yeah, well, not moved in as such, but yeah, it's a work in progress.
So, what's the plan?
I want a light there.
Oh, okay.
Where there's not currently a light.
Yeah, so you've got nothing there at all?
Nothing there at all.
Right. Okay. So where's the fuse board? Here.
Fuse board's just there.
Is it relatively new or?
No, the opposite.
Oh, it's quite old. There is some RCD protection. Alright, cool. Okay. So we might be able to get down there with a new switch line. How does that one?
That's for
upstairs two-way. Okay, so we're going to keep there. Just put one light in there. That's fine. Okay, did you say there were some other works as well?
Yeah. So, through here, we've got the light on. They had a situation where they had a fridge in here. Now, I quite liked the situation until I realised how they powered it.
Ah. Okay.
So, ideally...
And you want to put the fridge back in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ideally I'd have a switch there.
That's not too bad. Yeah, that's doable.
And then it's the same over there. I want to have a breakfast bar there. There's a switch, double switch there currently.
Okay.
Two near the floor. So I'm happy to leave that there. What's the chance of running another one up, further up the wall, so...
Yeah, just so high level, so worktop.
Bar, yeah.
Yeah, that could work. Oh. So you have got RCD protection, but... Is it right to turn off?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, they're all knackered, mate. Right, so we had the light, the sockets in here. Did you have a budget? Did you have a price in mind?
Budget's gone out the window now, mate.
Yeah.
Budget's a long one.
Okay, so did you want to change the consumer unit as well?
I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. It was a job I was going to put off, but...
Yeah.
It's one of them things that needs doing, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is it. So obviously, so we've got the sockets to move, the lights. You decide the price. Quid?
I'm joking.
You want to go quid?
Come on, mate.
You want to go quid? I'll let you decide the price. Uno reverse.
What's the fair price?
Whatever you think a fair price is to pay an electrician, probably for the day to do the light, the sockets. You decide the price.
You told me a consumer unit $750.
Yeah, consumer unit $750.
The light is... Sockets, what, 100 quid a piece?
Yeah.
What's that, 950? What's the light, 100 quid, 200 quid?
Yeah, have you got the light?
I've got the light, yeah.
You got the light, yeah.
So what are we on now? It's like a grand, just over a grand?
Yeah.
I like round numbers, a grand.
Grand?
Yeah.
Yeah, you happy with that?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah? Okay, good. No worries, can do that for you. I'm doing a video where I'm letting the customer decide the price, so...
So I could have had it for a quid?
You could have had it for a quid. But you thought fairly, so...
Yeah, that's fine.
You happy with grand?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's go for it. That was absolutely crazy. That was like putting £100 on roulette and you just didn't know what it was going to come in at. He was like, I think he was a bit shocked in the beginning. He was like, what's a quid? I was like, well, yeah, if you want to go with a quid, we can go with a quid. And then he was like, oh no, you said the board was £750, and then obviously the socket was at £100 each. I like round numbers, £1,000. Locked it in at £1,000. We're going to be going there on Wednesday. I'm going to be finishing off this video there with the install, getting the fuse board done. So make sure you subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and like button. These videos, I'm just trying to think of different ideas, different things to do, and completely change the game. So yeah, I'm buzzing with that result, obviously, because he could have said a quid. Imagine he said a quid and we would have done a fuse board change, all the works, remedial works, like that. That was crazy, mate. Boys, that was crazy. But yeah, I'm excited to be doing the works, so stay tuned for the next clip. Let's get into it. So it's been a few days now and we're about to leave to go back to George's to do the £1 fuse board install. Well, it would have been £1 if that's what he went with in the first place, but he went with a fair price. So we're going back to his today to install the fuse board and do the works. So let's get cracking. We also haven't tested this fuse board before. We haven't done an EICR on it, so we don't even know what we're going to be walking into. We could be walking into some absolute shockers. So fingers crossed, when we change the fuse board, it's all okay. We can only just hope and pray to the Sparky God above that it's all going to be fine. Hopefully. Famous last words. We are also trying out the Navitas fuse board for the first time. So we've got RCBOs, blanks, we've got the actual consumer unit in the box. So this is the Navitas fuse board we got going in. First time installing one of these. You've got your SPD, so your 32 amp breaker for your SPD, your main switch, we've got the buzz bar in there, we've got some grommet strip as well, oh, that is a nice little touch. So these come with the cable access grommets. So usually other boards you have to buy these on top, but these come with it, which is quite nice. Also these little caps for the buzz bar. So these look like these go straight on the buzz bar, so you're not exposed to any live conductors, which is a nice little touch. Let's get into this fuse board change. So this is pretty much how I do every single fuse board change. So what I'll do is I will just mark up onto the cables with a Sharpie 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. in order of the circuits, basically, so I know which is which when we are taking them out of the breaker and then when we are putting them into the brand new fuse board. Once all the cables are marked up and we know which is which, we start to undo the terminals. So we take out all our lives, neutrals, earths, and then we can take off the actual fuse board itself off the wall, and we're just left with this bunch of cables. And I start straightening out all the cables because when we put them into the new fuse board, we want them to be nice and straight and nice and neat. As mentioned before, we haven't actually tested this property, so when we do go in to change the fuse board, we're not sure whether the circuits that weren't already on RCD protection, when we do upgrade them to RCBOs, whether they're going to be tripping, what's been going on. So it is a bit of a risky job. On to getting the new fuse board prep. So we knock out the knockouts in the back of the fuse board, as that's going to be our cable entry hole. And first time using the Navitas fuse board, I'm very impressed, especially that you get these cable grommets, which is a great little touch. When prepping the fuse board, I always like to just take all the guts out. Working with a fuse board empty is so much easier to work with, and once it's all gutted, we can start mounting the fuse board onto the wall. Luckily, inside this wall there was actually battens inside where the previous fuse board was, so we could just get some wood screws, M6 washers, and screw it straight to the wall. Twisting the earths together is such an old school thing to do, and it is a bloody nightmare. I always like to get them separated when we're going to do our end-to-end testing. When upgrading a fuse board, I always like to test as we're putting away the circuits. It's so much easier, and it's so much easier to keep the board nice and neat if you test it before putting it away into the RCBO. I see people going crazy already about the fact I am using an M12 impact driver on the fuse board. This is just for speed, so getting away the earth, the neutrals. I won't be using these these in the top terminals of the RCBOs, and I have used the impact driver to do the earths and to do the neutral bars, but at the end you will see that I do go around with a screwdriver and tighten it by hand. Once we've got the guts back in, the first thing I like to do is get the tails into the main switch. This was a little bit awkward as they were coming in quite like crossed, not the way that I wanted it to, but we play with the cards we are dealt with. And then we start getting the RCBOs in. I like to just straighten out the fly leads, the neutral fly leads, and then we just get the RCBOs in one by one, connecting up the live and neutral into the top of the breakers. And then we just go along doing every single circuit, putting away the RCBOs, putting away the cables into the top of the breakers, and pretty much one by one just connecting it all up. But we did have a little problem when we did start to turn these breakers on. So we turned on all the power breakers, they were fine, and then it came to the lighting breakers, and some of the circuits were actually tripping. So we had two lighting breakers in this board and they were both tripping. This was due to two-way switching on two different circuits mixed up at a switch. So the lives were all mixed up at the two-way switch, so we eventually found out that that was the fault. We changed the strappers back round and then we cleared the fault. So yeah, not a bad little fault to find, and once that was found, then we switched everything on and everything was working perfectly. Moment of truth, 10 to 1. Let's flick it back on, see if it works, eh? Oh, that's no good. Oh, we sorted out the fault. Lid's going on. And that is job done. Right, so we've got the light done, pendant all up. Basically, just run a switch line down there, down to the switch. And yeah, so this is permanently fed to the light, and then he controls it by his phone. That was job number 1. Job number 2, we've got the fuse board. We've got a few bits to finish off, label, test, finish that. Brand new Navitas board, got in all RCBOs. And that, lads, is job done. That is the £1 job, well, nearly £1 job, all complete. We've got the fuse board wrapped up, got the labels on the fuse board, sorted out the sockets, moved the sockets in the kitchens. We had to take off a light switch as well. So we got the whole job wrapped up. A total of, well, it's about 1 o'clock, so a day and a half really. We had a bit of fault finding to do as well on the fuse board because the lights kept tripping out. But yeah, so day and a half, meant to be £1, about £1,000 cash. So yeah, not bad bit of graft. Obviously we've got materials to come off that and things like that, so yeah, we've got to take that into account. But yeah, nice little job. We're going back there to change all the accessories as well, so it's another little job. So we risked it for a chocolate biscuit, and it was a delicious biscuit, let me tell you that. But yeah, that is going to end the video here. I hope you've enjoyed it. Something a little bit different, a little bit crazy, a little bit out there. Should we do it again? Should we do it to another subscriber? Let me know down in the comment section below. And yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe, much appreciated. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers, so hitting that subscribe button would be much appreciated. But I'm absolutely sweating. I'm going to finish the video here. Thank you for watching, and stay grafting.